原発いらない原発いらない浜岡止めろ
For the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear reactor 1, what was the original decommission date? Well,
technically, you mean technical period of working? Or?
Well, basically in February of 2011, you applied for a 10-year extension for that reactor after several noted accidents. Why did you apply for an extension on a reactor that was that old with that many accidents to continue operating in the earthquake zone and tsunami zone?
That moment, we believed that the nuclear power station was safe.
Yes.
Because of the Fukushima incident, does the city have any official position on the future of nuclear power?
エネルギーについてはこれ個人的なあれですけども。
And then he's saying, well, from the city he might not be able to speak, but from a personal perspective, thinks Japan or even the city should put much more emphasis on solar power, on wind energy, and on reducing personal use of electricity. And that, this is a very important time, not just for Japan, but around the world, to really focus on. Focus on renewable energy. Towns where the downtown and the city of operations was destroyed. Basically, the big thing to think about is moving the city hall to a different section of town and rebuilding. Okay, so here there's not enough space to actually host 400 people, so actually a lot of the people are living in tents. They've got like a big community type tent. Okay, so his truck is a Toyota Esteban, and now he calls his truck Hotel Esteban, which is where he sleeps each night. Because his tent is ruined, he can't sleep in the tent anymore, so he sleeps every night in his truck. Yeah, he also has a video player. That's a vacuum cleaner. So the cream of And then she used to run a coffee shop. And after basically sleeping in the trucks for 4週間とか5週間トラックのままだったんですか?
3週間.
For 3 weeks sleeping in the trucks, that was too much to bear. Some food from the refugee centers, but they got some like bread and they got a couple things. But if you look at the packages, everything was beyond the expiry date. So basically, the shelters were using the stuff that they needed for themselves, and if it was basically expired or they were going to throw it out, they gave it to the private refugees. Yeah, so really sort of their way of sort of distributing aid or controlling the funds is really not well thought out.
だから日本の社会の在り方を私は今回ものすごく私が日本人であることを自覚できなかった。
So
自分が
日本人としてのアイデンティティがも
う私が日本人であるがゆえにこういうことを支援を受けられるんだという実感を持って初めて私日本人だと思えるわけでしょ。ところが日本人である私たちは一市民である私たちは捨て置かれたということは一体私はどのように私は日本人というプライドを持てばいいの？
でなんか無国籍とかみたいな。
そう無国籍と一緒でしょ。自分で勝手に食べろって言ってるんですから。
Basically, because like until now, sort of thinking about themselves as sort of Japanese, just really had to sort of reevaluate that. In that, because of sort of the way that they were just sort of shut out because they weren't registered somewhere, because their whole community was destroyed by the tsunami, they weren't accepted really into any centers that were already full, which, you know, they shouldn't really be such limited numbers. But because they were shut out, they didn't get any aid, and the government basically, by not saying anything, said, feed yourselves, take care of yourselves, we don't care. Really, her idea of being Japanese is closer to being stateless. If you're not part of the society, then you're stateless.
本当に日本の社会は社会主義国なのか資本主義なのか一体何ですかと私は思いますよ。
So really wondering about Japanese society. Is it capitalist? Is it communist? What is it? What kind of system is this if they're not taking care of the people and they're not letting the people even have a chance to fend for themselves?